We got a couple of minutes left, but I love the story of how we got you on the podcast. You're a big name.
Oh yeah.
And my man Brandon.
Where's Brandon? Is he coming on? Where's Brandon?
Brandon, get on here. There he is. So for those listening, Brandon, I said I want to get Evan Carmichael on the podcast, and Brandon hustled. They said they sent him over to his gaming channel, and then made him come back and back. And Brandon, you feeling healthier? You lost 50 pounds.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Okay, so let me tell the story real quick. So Brandon DMs me on Instagram, and I mean, I don't see a lot of the DMs. So my team says, hey, Evan's really busy on Instagram, doesn't have a DM. Join him on his gaming channel and ask your question there. And already 95% of people don't do that. They just don't take the action. That day, Brandon shows up. Yeah. He's like, he was one of the first ones in. He shows up. He's like, hey, Evan, it's Brandon. I was like, hey, Brandon, good to meet you, man. What's up? I work for this guy named Sean. Actually, his name wasn't even Brandon in the chat. It was like, what did you sign in as?
It was one of our emails, SLS podcast.
Sean,
the SLS podcast. Okay, hey, what's your podcast? Like, well, it's not my podcast, but this is guy Sean. He's my mentor, and he's really believed in me. And I'm on this weight loss journey, and I was 450 pounds, and my goal is to get under 400 to lose 50 pounds. And if I can do that, then Sean's going to give me, was it 15K or
$5,000?
Going to give me 5K for doing it. And I'd love to have you on the show Sean's a big fan. I'm a big fan. It's like, wow, I love this guy, Sean. And I love the message, but here's what's going to happen. And I have a co-host on the show. We're kind of going back and forth on what we should do. I'm also playing League of Legends at the time. So it's, maybe not always the most coherent, show, but, I said, you know what, here's what I'm going to do. It was by that Friday, right? I think it was it was a Monday or something. We were joined that Friday. Was the end of the targets. Like, so Brandon, first off, what's your real name? And he said, Brandon. Okay. So Brandon, by this Friday, here's what we're going to do. If you have to hit your goal, you got to hit your 400 pounds. You got to hit that weight loss. You need to come back on Friday and tell me that you hit it. And then it's honor system. Don't come here and lie to us. You have to hit your number to get your 5K. And then you have to come back next Friday as well and tell us that you're still under 400. Because it's not just about hitting that once. You gotta. Right,
I love that.
You gotta sustain it. And if you do that, so you come back Friday, tell me that you're under 400, and then come back next Friday again and tell us you're still under 400. Then I'll come and be a guest on your boss's show. And he did it. I remember on both Fridays, we're like, I wonder if Brandon's going to show up. We gave him the challenge. I wonder if he's going to show up and do it. And both times he was there and he gave us his number. One was close. I think the second one was close, man. It was like 398 or something, or 399. It was close. Like, oh, Brandon, that was close. It was almost over 400, but he made it happen. And so that's why we're here. So big respect
was
to
close.
you.
He was close on both of them. He was 50 pounds under, and then like the 1 week, or he was 1 pound under 50 pounds. But Brandon, that was like the biggest accomplishment of your life, right? And you felt amazing.
Yeah, it was the first time in a long, first time I ever like received a feeling of like I accomplished something, I won, and it's just like momentum. That's what is, and it's a great feeling.
And you struggled in the middle. Like 1 month he gained a couple of pounds, and then the final like 25 days he buckled down and was the champion that he is.
Yeah. So Evan, I want to ask you a question. So I saw that you were reading the obesity code. I wanted to know like what's your interest in like the obesity code, weight loss in general. And I just have this like thought that like I won't come to my full potential until I lose all my weight and become like the most healthy. Do you feel like obesity has something to do with being successful and holding people like me back?
What a question. I know we're at time. We should have brought Brandon on earlier. Okay, so super quick. For me, so I have a history on both sides of my family of heart disease. And for the first time I had, so I'm 40 now. And for the first time I had a high blood pressure, no, not high blood pressure, high cholesterol score. And so not that I'm, obese, but losing weight is part of getting your cholesterol numbers back in check. And I don't want to be on medication for the next 80 years of my life, right? Which is the default doctor recommendation. Okay, go on this pill and you'll be fine. Like, but I don't want to take a pill. So I've invested more into my health. I mean, I'm on a trampoline.
I wonder what you were like always bouncing on. That's
I'm on a mini rebounder. We get 20 to 40,000 jumps a day. To your question, I think the biggest benefit of it for you is the mindset. Yeah. I think there's a lot of people who are massively financially successful who are obese. This is maybe not a super kosher kind of discussion, but there's a lot of people who are fit as anything and have zero financial, like their bank account is empty. And if you look at the billionaires, are they all like is Warren Buffett in fantastic shape? No. Is Oprah Winfrey in fantastic shape? I mean,
you're giving him permission to put weight back on.
No, I'm not trying to throw shade, but I don't think it correlates super well. But don't use that as an excuse to then say, hey, all right, well, it doesn't. Evan said it doesn't matter, so I'm going to go back up to 500 now, right? You've seen the momentum train that you've gotten. You know, your story is what got me on this show. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here, right? Your story is what made Sean believe in you and say, hey, I'm going to give this kid $5,000 just for losing 50. Who does that, right? That's amazing.
Sean does.
Right? Well, it goes back to him, not wanting you to be the guy with the pretzel by himself. Like, hey,
probably right.
You're getting some momentum. So it matters for you. It matters for you, regardless of if it brings you money or not. It matters for you because it's boosting of your self-esteem and self-worth. So it's worth continuing the path. I don't know what your ultimate goal is, 300, 250, 160. I mean, whatever. It's worth continuing, even if it doesn't bring you money, because of how it makes you feel. And feeling good about yourself is the ultimate ROI.
Boom.
Hell yeah.
How's that? There we go. You got your sound quote there at the end. Thanks to Brandon.
Love it. Thanks to Brandon is, I guess, the true star of this podcast. Let's be honest. All right, Evan, you're the man. Thank you so much for coming on. It's an honor to talk to you. And we'll continue watching all your YouTube videos. And Built to Serve. Everyone go read it. Amazing book.
Thanks, Sean. Thanks, Brandon. Thanks for having me, man.
Thank you.